Hi, this is Alberto from FullView, and today I'm going to talk about CSAT score and NPS score. What are their similarities, how these two metrics are different, and how you can best use them to understand what kind of experience you are offering to your customers. So let's start with the similarities. Both CSAT and NPS are indicators of customer satisfaction, and they're generally speaking leading indicators of how strong your customer retention is. So one way in which they differ is that CSAT tends to apply more to specific touch points of your customers with your team. So that could be, for example, after a support request is solved or other kinds of interactions, whereas NPS score tends to reflect more the broader, more long-term satisfactions shown by your customers in regards to your product. They're both calculated on a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, where you would be looking at the number of positive replies over the total number of replies. So in the example of CSAT, it would be, for example, users rating you 4 and 5 out of the total number of users. And the questions can differ. So often it would look like something like how happy were you with your experience today, or how happy are you with the product today? Or often in the case of NPS score, would you recommend our company to a friend or a colleague? Or how likely would you be to recommend a company to a friend or a colleague? And then letting users rate that from 1 to 10. One thing that is very important, and I cannot stress this enough, is that both metrics are quantitative metrics. So they don't necessarily tell you why users are likely to recommend your product or why they were happy or unhappy with their experience. So you will want to make sure to also collect and analyze qualitative data. So asking customers specifically in what contributed to their answer and digging as deep as possible into what are the reasons behind their level of satisfaction, if there are features that their team is lacking, or if everything is great on the product side, but maybe they're not as happy when it comes to customer support. So there could be a lot of reasons, and unless you analyze them, you will never know where you should invest resources. There are tools out there that can help you add an additional layer of data to that. For example, with FullView, you would be able to look for specific customers that rated you on the lower end of the scale, how they're using their product, if there had been any bugs in the product in recent sessions, and generally get a better feel of what could be wrong with that specific customer. How could the experience from a product standpoint be improved? So that would be on top of collecting the data. But yeah, so both metrics are important to keep track of, and both metrics should be complemented with additional data that you can collect either throughout, like in the same way, so with your service by adding more open questions, or by using specific tools like FullView, like other tools that can help you look into how customers are using their product, and whenever there are issues, being able to solve those faster and more effectively, therefore creating better customer experiences. That was all for today. Make sure to check out our other videos on customer experience topics, and I hope to see you guys soon.